right, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hopefully everybody's doing well.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir, man.
And most importantly, staying cool because it is hot outside.
Checking on everybody. Checking on the family, buddy. There's a mess out here, y'all.
Yes, absolutely.
Somebody said it's hot as Hades.
Yeah. All right, better bring it on down. Bring the set on down. We can bring that back. We don't be jamming tonight, y'all. Y'all might want to stick around. This is a good set right here.
I know that.
The best part of the family tree, let me tell y'all, is when y'all get off and we leave it and we start dancing, it gets wild up in here. We have a great time. So you might want to stick around for this set. This set is going to be really cool.
Yeah,
all right,
boy.
I want to get started. Hopefully everyone is doing well. As we say, this is the family tree. We say this is the place where we get your holistic health update for the week. Hump day. And with that being the case, we open up the door for anybody that's joining us for the very first time. Let this not be the last time. Let it be your first time. Bring somebody next time. How about that?
Put it down so everybody can see.
Yep, absolutely. Let me make sure I come off of here.
There you go. Yes, sir. There we go.
There we go. So I want to make sure that everybody is on point. Can we see each other now?
Yes, sir. I got everybody, man. Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. So I want to get started. And with that, we want to open up, and say, everyone stay cool because it is really hot. I don't know where you are in this part of the country, but I think the whole country is really smoking right now.
Yeah,
but
buddy.
Joining this family tree, we say this is the place where we do our holistic health update for the week. And with that, we say we gather around this tree. The tree is symbolic of the ancient laurel trees, and that's the tree of life. And that's where we got together, Big B. We talk about everything going on, anything on your heart, your mind, talk about the tribe, anything that's going on with the family. But most importantly, we prayed. How about that? And with the prayer, we say when the prayers go up, the blessings come down.
Well,
so with that, we say we join us with this family tree. And if you have question, concern, anything you want to talk about holistic, we want to say join us. Go down to the chat box, right down at the menu bar. And if you want to click on reaction where the heart is, click it and you can raise your hand like Big B up there. Big B, you got your hand up?
Yes, sir, buddy.
And when you can get in, we'll try to get your question in. Now, you can get in queue. And if you say, well, I don't want to get in queue, I just have a question, you want to put it down in the chat box. And AKA Fingers, Prophetess, AKA Fingers, is she in here?
Yes, she is.
Prophetess, how you doing today? How you doing this evening? Good. What's going on? Always check in with you. See how things
much.
going.
Actually, I just finished a whole week of aviation camp. It was one of the most amazing camps we have ever done. I'm telling you. Get ready for next year, y'all. Just when I put that information out there, get your kids signed up and ready for next year because they just get better and better. I am excellent. I am just trying to relax from all of that week's activity.
Oh, wow. So give us just a real quick snapshot for someone who wants to maybe bring their child next year. Give them just a snapshot of what is actually offered. Mm-hmm.
Well, we have 2 days of ground school, which is 2 days of in-house sitting down, listening to how the plane works, the mechanics of the plane. For those 2 days, the kids built drones. They teamed up and they had to run a company. They had to name a company, run a company, build a drone, fly the drone. Then they had drone races. And then an organization called Chums, a Black women's organization, they sponsored and bought all the kids brand new drones with cameras in them. They took a test.
Wow,
so they got their certificate. Some of them got their certificates so they can actually fly the drones out in public. And then Wednesday, we went to Atlantic City to the FAA. And they got to do simulations. And you know what was amazing? All the departments that they visited were all kind of run by the lighter hue. But our brothers and our sisters were actually running the whole entire department. So that was just fabulous. And then one young man. Then Thursday we went out to the international airport, and American Airlines sponsored that. They got on a plane that was headed to Greece. And the seats in first class were $11,000. They got to sit in them, take pictures with them, get that vision. You got to get vision.
Oh, wow.
So they got to sit in
What
the
an
cockpit. We went into the maintenance hangar. We went into places in the airport that most people will never ever see. We rode alongside the runway with the airplanes taking off, go to the maintenance hangar. We got in another airplane, different airplanes to see the maintenance. They're working on the engines, how they take the engines apart. And then Friday, we culminate with their graduation, their fly day, and a cookout at the Northeast Airport in my hangar.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Let's give Prophetess a hand over there. Prophetess, I'm tired. Just listen. I'm winded just listening to all the stuff y'all had to do.
21 kids. 21 kids.
Wow.
Run all the staff were captains of American Airlines or Delta. We had 2 first officers. First day, everybody showed up in their uniforms with their stripes and everything.
Love it.
It was awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome experience. Everybody come off mute for Prophetess.
I'm gonna come to camp next year.
Over there.
Yeah, I'm
come to camp my own self next year.
All those volunteers, come on.
You make everybody else.
Awesome.
You make everybody else want to get in the plane now.
I'm still trying to do one. I'm still trying to do an airport day for adults. I just got to get my team, my club to come on. We have 6 planes in our club.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to, because I'm meeting so many adults who did not even know, 1, that they were black pilots, 2, that black pilots own their own airplanes, and that we are right here among them. So
awesome.
I'm trying to organize a day where we can go out to the Northeast Airport and just fly.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
The kids flew the airplanes down to South Jersey Regional. They went to Wingsfield. They went to another airport, and they got to actually fly the planes with as part of their graduation ceremony for summer camp.
Awesome.
This is an incredible experience for youth. They will never forget that.
Never forget it. No, never.
And just think about the careers that you may be spawning just by having a program like that, so that they can be exposed to those things. Because I really believe that divine intervention happens with being in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. They went into the tower. They saw how the airplanes how people control the airplanes coming in and out, the computers, how many towers there are. We actually built a runway in the classroom, and we have them as agents talking to one another. Okay, this airline is about to take off. Go on runway A17.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they
were in the mix.
A wide variety of careers, not just flying, but they got to see all the careers that are available in aviation.
Excellent. So when next year, for someone that's listening, they want to get their child involved, what's the age limit and what's the time frame? When should they look out for when the availability is going to come open?
February registration opens. Ages 13 to 17. And the camp does fill up. We have camps all across the country. We had kids that came in from Delaware because Delaware's camp is too far north or too far south, so they came to Philly. We had people who came and stayed in bed and breakfast who came from Jersey. They came from South Jersey. They came from North Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
So February is when camp opens. So a lot of we have a parent who comes from Florida every year. Let's take their vacation in Philly so his child can take the camp because they don't offer one in Florida.
Well, I tell you what, if you're tuning into the family tree, you're going to get it firsthand because the queen is right here.
That's right. Yes, sir.
One more time, let's give her a hand. Thank you, Prophetess.
And this is the most amazing thing because camp this year was only $175, and the cost per child is easily $1,000, but registration is only $175, and that's all they pay. We provide lunch, we provide transportation, everything.
Excellent. So thank you so much, Prophet.
And be in good behavior.
There you go. Be on your best. That's right.
Be on your best. Yes.
That's right.
And the age limit is what?
It's 13 to 17.
Oh, that's just my age, Dr. Paul.
We gotta get you a special license.
Yes.
I know.
As soon as you get one for people up to 80, call me.
Hush your face, Cricket. Hush your face,
That's
Cricket.
right.
Is that
That's
just in
all
Philadelphia?
us young peoples.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Paul. Let me get it.
Just in
Go ahead,
Philadelphia,
homie.
though?
Excuse me?
Is that just in Philadelphia?
No, we have camps all across the country, but Philadelphia's camp is right here in Center City and Northeast Airport.
Okay, great.
So our camp just started. So New Jersey and Delaware will be starting this week. Other camps, maybe you want to go out to Phoenix and vacation out there. So you want to sign your kid up for a camp. So go to OBAP, which is OBAP, which is the Organization of Black Aerospace Professionals.org. And then go to ACE. And you can see the camps that are still open, if there's any still open. And just kind of watch it. February is when the new camp starts. They will open up and you can register right then.
And Prophetess, could you do one more great thing and just put that in the chat box down there for us, for both Facebook and also for those on Zoom? What a great program. I mean, I'm a product of those, those youth programs that start off. I was recruited to do something like that also, Big B, when I was recruited right out of high school to go to SmithKline Beckman Pharmaceutical Company. So I'm 14 years old working at a pharmaceutical company.
Yeah,
what opportunity would I have ever gotten to do that? So that's why these programs are so important when we reach out for the children and bring them up early. So thank you, Prophetess. We appreciate you. All right. If you have a question, you have something you want to put in the chat box, put it down in the chat box. Prophetess, aka Fingers, we'll get that over to you. We have a large, I would say a collage of encyclopedia of information that she has, and stay in there because it may be able to answer your question right in the box. Now, if you're someone that's calling by phone and you may have missed the prompt where it tells you how to actually log in or actually raise your hand for a question, don't worry. Just let us know that you're calling by phone and we'll try to get you in. All right. So I want to give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan, a hand.
Yo, buddy. Yo, man. Yo, buddy.
What's up, buddy? How you doing over there, man?
I'm sweating bullets, boy, but I'm hanging in there.
You in the house.
Don't tell nobody. I was trying to be cool.
You ain't going outside. Let me tell you. You ain't not going outside.
You know what? I'm looking at a response that Lorna put in. She said, "It's hard as Satan's toenail." That's what's up.
Oh, wow. That's
funny. Man. Other than that, Dr. Paul, man, I really have no problem. I went out earlier today. It was actually pretty nice earlier this morning. But brother, as this day went on, Google move. Yeah, it's like somebody just lit up lasers all around your head, man.
Yeah, it's always the humidity that when it adds the heat with the humidity, that's when you really got that's the added piece right there.
Yep.
So Big B, give us the latest numbers, man. I know we are watching our numbers. There has been an uptick in some things that are going on with this thing called the screw worm. Have y'all heard about this? We'll talk a little bit about it, but give us the latest numbers on the CDC for the flu numbers for right now.
You got it, man. Nationally right now for this week, 24. The percentage of respiratory specimens testing positive for influenza virus in the clinical laboratories was at 0.7%. So the results, tests performed by clinical laboratories nationwide, Dr. P, are summarized like this. The number of specimens tested, 21,035. Number of positive specimens percent as 139. So we're at 0.7%. So it's not, thank goodness we're not really crazy. Influenza B is at 50, 36%, and the influenza B 64%. Other than that, my friend, we're hanging tough, brother. I got no complaints. All right.
Sounds good.
That's
Sounds good.
Brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, as I was saying, there has been a situation. And if you don't know, I did mention it about a week or two ago about this thing called the screw worm.
Yes, you did.
And the News World screw worm is confirmed. There's a new confirmed case in Texas, raising concerns about the southeastern farmers. Now, interesting about this, because the U.S. Department of Agriculture confirmed this New World screw worm in South Texas.
Right.
Calf. It was on a calf on June the 3rd. That was usually on June the 3rd. Now, that raised concerns that cattle farmers in Georgia and Alabama about what the potential outbreak could mean for their livelihoods. Now, the screw worms are this fly larva that burrows into open wounds. So it'll look for open wounds in the animal. And it opens the wounds and it feeds on the living flesh. So what it does, it sort of plants larvae into the surface of the skin or the underneath of the pet or the animal. And therefore it starts to now manifest. And now experts warn that the pest can infect warm-blooded animals, including horses, goats, sheep, wildlife, and household pets, and in some cases, humans. So they're watching this one because this one was supposed to be something that was, long ago. They had a problem, but it was no longer sort of like these things are sort of resurfacing again. It was actually during the 30s, the 40s, and the early 50s before being eradicated. It was mostly in the 50s, it was supposed to be gone. So this thing, of course, now with all these other different types of viruses and bacteria and things, now here comes the screwworm. Now, how has this become a problem? Because we don't want this stuff getting into, if it starts to now infect animals, it could actually drastically affect the actual industry. And that means it can cause death to animals, which they're saying now it can spread really fast with the cattle. So cattle producers in the Southeast said that they're monitoring the situation in hopes that the pest does not reach that region. So we're going to keep our eye on it. But this is something to be, we kind of keep our eye on it when this starts to raise its ugly head. So we'll keep the family posted. Okay. All right, we're going to get started, and we're going to get started with We Save Testimonies. Testimonies go a long way, buddy.
Yes,
and
sir, man.
with testimonies, we open up because somebody may be going through a situation, Big B. Some people, some people are going in a storm or actually going into a storm. Some people are already in the storm and some people coming out of a storm. No matter what, we actually applaud you on the way. No matter where you are, we support you. And that no matter where you are, we say if you can look up, you can get up. How about that, Big? If you can look up, you can get up. And that no matter what the situation, there's always, options for you. So with that, a testimony can go a long way. So you might have had a situation today, maybe your blood pressure went down this week. Maybe, you know what, my knees weren't hurting. How about I got my lab reports back and
I know that's right.
I saw some results that I have never seen before. Maybe you got it from us. Maybe you've just been applying the principle. Maybe you've just been encouraged by what we talk about. Well, we say, let us know. We want to support you along your journey. So officially, we open up the floor. Anyone have a testimony they want to share with the family? The floor is officially open, Big B. Floor is open.
All right.
Paul.
Yes.
I have, and it's just to tell everybody, please keep an eye on what's going on with your body and don't ignore the signs and symptoms. My best friend, before she moved from Tennessee back to Alabama, was told by her primary care that she had an A1C level that was in the pre-diabetic range. Freaked her out at the time. We talked about it and told her the things that she needed to do to change her diet and to prevent from going into developing diabetes. One thing I told her she needed when she got to Alabama, she needed to get a primary care provider. She was down there 3 years. She hadn't gotten a primary care provider. Found every excuse under the sun why she couldn't get one. So this past weekend, with everything going not very well, she had an episode where she passed out at home in the bathroom, had a seizure. The A1's, the hemoglobin, not hemoglobin, her blood sugar.
She went to diabetic shock. She froze up.
She's driving. Maybe she just got caught in one bad area.
Yeah. That's unfortunate because that's a very scary thing.
Ever with the blood sugar that high.
Yeah, you blanked out on us. You blanked out on us. Dr. Rainer? Can you hear me?
Was in a state of diabetic.
Yeah, you blanked out on us. We can't hear you. You're chopping up real bad.
Diabetic ketoacidosis. And fortunately, now she's extubated. Can you hear me better now?
A little better. Keep going.
Let somebody else go. I'm pulling into the house. I'm in my car. Okay. So she's now extubated. Her insulin levels are getting better. I mean, her blood sugar levels are getting better. But because she allowed challenged her pancreas so much, it is unlikely that her pancreas is going to kick back up to the point where it's making insulin on its own. So I told her she will very likely end up on insulin possibly the rest of her life because they're having a hard time controlling her blood sugars now, even on long and short acting insulin. So
Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
do not ignore signals when
Yep.
your body is telling you something.
That's right. And do something. It starts with very simple processes: crawl, walk, run. Do something. When people don't do anything, and they're operating out of a spirit of fear, they don't do anything. The first thing they do is like,
Yeah.
remember, they say it's just life changes. Maybe I have to do something. Denial. Yep. But get that support, get that help. That's why we do the family tree here, because we want you to hear somebody else that can get through that situation. So thank you, Dr. Linda. Let's give her a hand, y'all, for being the ambassador on the field out there. And
Indeed,
everybody come off mute for her. Yes.
Okay, Doc.
Come on off the mute for her,
Thank you,
family. Come on.
Dr. Corinda.
Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Caring
Thank you,
about
Dr.
others.
Corinda.
Thank you. Dr. Paul and Family Tree, she kept blinking out, but you didn't hear some of the important numbers, because I know what was going on. She called me because I know the young lady. She's home now, but my sister's home now, but she was driving in from Alabama. That's where her friend is. But when she went in, her blood sugars was 1,700.
Wow. Oh yeah, she was way off the chart.
Yeah. And she started seizing. Her EGFR dropped down low, but not to the point where she had acute kidney failure where they had to do any dialysis. But the last that I heard from my sister, they did get the blood sugar down to 143.
Okay.
But she's on an insulin pump. And the last I heard, she was still in intensive care. And she was intubated, but as you heard her say, they extubated her. But see, the issue is with her, she is obese, and her eating you go in her refrigerator, because she likes to cook and she likes to keep things just in case company come. So her freezer refrigerator is just packed to the hills with, you name it.
Yeah, processed
Snacks,
foods. Yeah.
candy, ice cream, all this stuff.
Wow.
So she really, and I hope she will listen to Rinda, and really she has to change behavior. She has to do a 360.
Yeah.
Or we say 180.
She's got
180.
180. She's got a bottle of canola oil in her garage. I'm like,
Have
what the?
mercy.
Oh my gosh.
Her husband was like, well, I thought that was good oil. I said, that's the worst oil you can possibly use. The worst oil. And last week she went through a gallon of milk every day. A gallon of milk every day. She was thirsty for a gallon of milk, ice cream, and A&W root beer.
We're gonna pray for her, and I'm sure you can help her with the process, help her with the food choices. That's going to be a major thing. See, that's why, family, we say do something, a little bit of something. The top 10 list that I have gets you in order, because usually when people come in, Big B, that's the first thing people start to say. Oh my goodness! Oh, what? Oh. They start looking at the list. It's a little shocking, but no one else has maybe even experienced or have explained this to her, and that's why it's good to have platforms like the Family Tree, but also friends that can help you along the way and through your process. That say that's bad, right? Because some people, believe it or not, we are walking in states where people just don't know. And somebody used to tell me a long time ago. He said, "Ignorance is like having a cold. Sometimes you can't help it."
Well, ain't that the truth?
It's like catching a cold. Sometimes you can't help it. And sometimes they weren't in the environment. They didn't have the role models. They didn't have people who were helping them. But now, when it comes to a critical point, like Neetha and Dr. Miranda said, she's got to do something. She's got to change.
She'll listen now. It's not that she hadn't gotten the information. It's just that she chose not to use it. Now she doesn't have a choice.
Now she has no choice.
And on top of that, she's a second wife for her husband. And I told her when I was at the hospital, I said, you do realize you put your husband in a bad emotional state. I said, because he didn't know if you were going to live or die. I said, he's already lost one wife. Do you want him to lose another one?
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So, Dr. Linda, stay on point. We know you got her now, and you and Neitha, I'm sure, can help her with that. So, we want to send our prayers out for her and for you to help her, and that you can be inspiring and inspiration for her moving forward. So, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We appreciate you.
All right.
All right, let's see who else we have. Any other testimonies? Anyone have a testimony you want to share with the family? Anybody? Anything happened this week? Y'all, nothing happened because everybody stayed in the house too.
I have a testimony, Dr. Paul.
Go ahead. Go
Who is
ahead.
that? Who is that?
Brother Deep.
That's Brother
Brother
D.
Deke. Brother Deke. How you doing, buddy?
Okay, I'm doing well. I don't know where to start, but while a lot of people was home on Sunday chilling and relaxing, I was competing at the USA Track and Field Mid-Atlantic Master Track and Field Championships at Gwinnett College.
Okay.
And I was fortunate to run the 1500 and placed first place in my age group.
All right, there he is. There he is. That's what I was waiting for.
That's
We were
what
waiting
I'm talking
for
about.
first place.
Congratulations, Dick.
Everybody, come off
See
mute.
that, man? Well, I go up on me just like Dick.
Well,
You know
let me tell you real quick.
Congratulations, Deke.
Thank you. Let me tell you real quick.
Congratulations.
I don't know how many times I went back and forth to the bathroom. Nervous because I was surrounded by like majority of people in my club team. They're former Olympians and champions. I was surrounded by you may have known if you ever heard of Joletta Clark. She's not a teammate, but she was there.
Okay.
A former Olympian, and she broke a American record. And also,
Awesome.
also I have a teammate who's 87 years old.
Wow.
What?
See, I'm a baby on that one. That's what's up. I'd like to hear
the
that.
American record in the 5,000
Come on now.
meter run.
Come on now.
What?
Yes,
That's
87.
awesome. I'm glad to hear that, man.
And she didn't run slow. She ran like a little under 11 minutes for each mile.
Oh, wow.
That's the caliber of people that was there.
11-minute mile? She did 11-minute mile?
for
At
3
80s?
miles, yeah.
And, for seven, and she's 80s? How old is she?
87.
87,
Wow,
dude.
that's pretty good,
87,
man.
man.
That's
She just
really
happened
good.
to be one of my club teammates.
See?
All
See?
right.
That's awesome. That's
Well,
awesome.
Deke, we say it's always a pleasure, brother. Whenever you have a new picture up there, that's when I knew something was up. I saw your picture up there with your.
Yeah. The only thing I was happy to say was not bad for a 63-year-old vegan.
Come on.
All right, yeah,
Come on,
everybody,
come on,
come
Deke.
off mute. Everybody,
buddy.
come off mute for
Congratulations,
Deke.
man. I'm great. Glad to hear that.
Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations.
Not bad for a 63. You need to hush your mouth, Dick.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's
Way to
great,
go.
man. That's great, man.
Yes, thank you,
Boy,
buddy.
I'm telling you.
Appreciate you.
See?
Hey, man, you're inspiration for a lot of people, man.
For all those
and
young brothers.
keep up the great work, and and keep bringing the hardware. I mean, you're gonna have to have a trophy house just for all your trophies. Yes,
That's awesome, man. I'm glad
Thank
to
you,
hear
man.
that.
Appreciate you.
Inspiration.
Anyone else have a testimony you want to
Just
share
one
with the family?
just one other thing. I don't know if you call it a testimony, but last week I came on, and I know Dr. Paul, you and Bill know, but my friend, I known him before he was born, the one that was where I was at the draft party.
Yes.
He was drafted by the Sacramento Kings. He's number 34.
All right.
Yes,
Let's give
indeed.
it. What was his name?
Yes.
What was his name again?
His name is, and you can look him up. There's so much stuff on it. Emmanuel with a 1M, Sharp with no E.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You said
Google
Sharp.
him. There's so much stuff on there
All
about
right.
him.
See,
Well, shout outs to Emmanuel Sharp. We're gonna look for him in Sacramento. Yes, that's it's a great start, and what a great honor. And I'm sure
Yes,
the
with
parents
him,
are.
yeah.
I know the parents are so happy.
They are ecstatic. Yes.
Congratulations
Yes,
to
that
the
was
entire
a
family.
Great time. And the funniest thing, because they posted it on Facebook, the whole thing, because we were all sitting there waiting anxiously. And I didn't know this is what they do, but we were sitting there looking, and all of a sudden he's holding up his phone because they
Yes.
called him. Sacramento Kings called him
Right.
just before they announced it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the motif. When you actually are being called, if you're getting drafted, they'll call
Yeah.
you and say, "Hey, we're going to bring you on over here to Sacramento, and then you're up next."
That's right.
That's a great
Unpinned Deke.
That's an incredible experience. So,
Yeah.
congratulations. Yes, congratulations to
Thank
the entire family.
Yep.
All right, who else we have?
Unpinned Deke, Dr. P.
Okay.
You got it. There you go. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else with the testimony?
Anybody else have?
Don't be shy.
Simone, do you see my hand up?
I see you, Simone, but I know
the
you
hands-
know you was testimony, Simone, since I
This
can't
is-
see your cute face.
yeah.
What can I tell you?
Yeah,
man?
we're not doing hands yet. This is just testimonies. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, all right.
You got a testimony?
Well, that's what it is. Actually, I just wanted to thank Dr. Paul, Big B, and everyone again for many people coming to me, letting me know that they're thankful because someone told them that I put it out about Dr. Paul. My primary, who is not African American or black, listens to Dr. Paul on the phone, but she said that she has family at home. And yes, the protocol for being a medical doctor is a little different. And she thanks me when I go in for my regular exams. She thanks me for being healthy enough to make her decide to listen to Dr. Paul and the family tree. So
wow,
that's all I have to say. And
That's all right.
Well, Saloni,
That's great.
everybody come off
That's
mute
what's
for
up.
Saloni. We appreciate you so much.
That's right, indeed.
Congratulations to you, and being the
Congratulations,
ambassador.
Saloni. You're blessed to be a blessing.
Hey, yes. And like we do, we started off. Yes, congratulations so much, because you know what, you're doing the work. You know, we give God all the glory over this side, because we know that we don't do nothing. We just basically good stewards.
We just hang out.
We're just good stewards. That's it.
That's all.
We are
That's
just
indeed.
balancers of what God already created. And we just saying, don't break the rules. Know where you are at all time and don't break the rules. That's what we say.
Ain't that the
So
truth?
we're just bringing it back in place. But thank you so much for being an ambassador on the floor and letting your family and everyone just know what's going on. We really appreciate you. All right? Thank you so much.
All right.
What else
Anybody
we got?
else? Anybody else with the testimony?
Anyone? And not, we're going to go to the questions, Q&A up there, or okay.
All right.
I think
Well,
we're good.
let's go to the side here. Latoya says, Dr. Paul, do you trust those DNA sites where they tell you where your great descendants are? My grandma on my dad's side is deceased, so I didn't get a chance to ask where her grandparents came from. So, Toya, we're going, Dr. P, do you trust those places, man?
Well, I'm going to say with a strong caution, yes.
A real strong
caution, yes. And here's why, because I with part of our men's program is that I called it we were at the Eagle's Nest over at the Eagle's Nest, y'all. All right, Eagle's Nest. We got Ruthie and Prophetess. And with that, we had a men's program called the Men's Gathering, and we had we talked about putting you back on the block, because of course, when slavery took place, that's when we were sold off. So we said we're going to put you back on the block, but at the same time, we did DNA testing. Now there are several ones out there that have been suspect, and they've been having some issues because they've been sold off. Some of the data breaches, things like that. There's one that's been very consistent. The one that's been very consistent, which accepts all of the data from all the different ones. So if you've had it done before, it accepts all the data. That's called FamilyTreeDNA.com. Okay, FamilyTreeDNA.com. Now, do I trust them? I would say this. What is your concern? Because our concern is that, we have all this cloning going on. We got a lot of things now to think about. Back then, we didn't think about all those things as we do now. So there is a different level of concern there. So if you're someone that says, hey, I don't know what they're doing with it, there are sign-offs that you do when you get it done, from the swab in the side of the jaw. But I would say that the information, here's where my caution is there, but here is where I would say it benefits you. I can tell you as a naturopathic doctor that this is one of the most important things that you can do when it comes to your health is to know where you've come from. You know that we are sick because we don't know where we come from. You know, when they said you got what, Big B, they'll say you're homesick. Well, where's homesick mean?
right.
People think is that I'm sick, you know, because I just yearn to be from where I come from. No, you're sick because you're not eating from where you come from.
There you go.
And that's what we see a lot of. So I can say it on this side as doing this community research on this side with the levels of chronic conditions that I see as a chronic disease specialist, and I'm looking at people's numbers, and when they're coming from these different places around the world, they're suffering from the same things. So when we actually now know where they come from, and then we apply the principle based on the food from where they come from, guess what, Big B? Things change. They start to see things change. They say, wow, I didn't even know that. And now for somebody that doesn't know where they're from, they might wonder, why is it that everybody in our family has the same situation? It may be because there's a deficiency based off of where you come from. So I say this. I know the conspiracy theorists are out there, and they say a lot of things like, yeah, you know, they might be selling off your DNA, you're doing all that. Yeah, they already got your DNA. if you've given a lab report of blood of anything,
yes, sir,
if
buddy.
you were born before 40 or after 47, forget about it. They got you anyway. So the information only benefits you for you to know where you are. So I would say that I've seen some incredible breakthroughs with people who've gotten that done, and we addressed their issue when it was with a chronic condition or whatever, and we saw the change because they now knew what they were coming from. So that's the one that I would go with. I don't actually look at the other ones because they're not as detailed, but the largest database is the FamilyTreeDNA.com. That's the one I would go to. Okay. Very, very beneficial, man. You know, you'll learn a lot about yourself. Yep.
That's the FamilyTreeDNA.com.
FamilyTreeDNA. And I think we got it down in the chat, right? We got it in the chat. Yep.
Okay, Maxine wants to know, Dr. B, what can I do for ALS? That's Lou Gehrig's disease.
That says FamilyTree.com. Is it FamilyTreeDNA.com or
DNA.com. Yep.
Okay.
FamilyTreeDNA.com. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm fixing it.
Okay, all right, very good.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, again, Maxine wants to know, what can I do for ALS, Dr. B? That's Lou Gehrig's disease.
Autonomic disruptions. Definitely, we would go with again staying off the certain types of food. Autonomic disruptions can be disruption in the myelin sheath, and that can be nervous issues, and you'll see the shaking and the tremors in the hand. We do a little. Well, that's the RM3A that we test for. Does look for that number, and with that, we start to do a little spy work. You know, what we say, mystery work, I guess, going back to find out what you may have been exposed to. Sometimes we look at things like, asbestos, environmental working, could be the type of job that you're doing. Root canals. Also, we see shellfish, a lot of different things. I would say that person would need an assessment, and then I could go into further with them with that. But that's usually what we look for. Water dehydration is a major factor with that, because guess what also damages the autonomic system? Believe it or not, too much sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar. Sugar will do that. You know, refined white sugar will damage your autonomic system. You got to watch that. So all of these things are checkpoints that we go over. I would say someone would come in, get an assessment, and then we can go forward and asking more questions. I would have a lot of probing to do. But checklist, start with the top 10 toxic food list. Download that Mastering a Healthy Lifestyle 101 booklet and start to get on board with that, and look for the food choices. We do have herbs. There are herbs that we specifically use just to not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. Some of them are Gotu-Kola, Gotukola, Bacopa, ashwagandha, also burdock root. Okay, these are all for, and any of the family that deals with like lion's mane or mushroom or mycelium network.
Right.
deals with cognitive function.
Right.
That's the
Okay.
ones we look at. So that's just the ballpark, just to give you an idea.
Okay.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, Dr. Vitt. All right, the trio says, Dr. Hall, yes or no for grounding sheets and grounding pads?
Grounding pads are good. Yeah, they're good. Long as you can make sure they're grounded. Yep, they're good. They work.
Okay, now wait now. How we make sure they're ground, Dr. Pete?
Follow the directions.
How to plug into a tree, do it?
No, don't plug it into a tree. Yep, the tree won't work. Yep. You don't need to plug it into the tree. You just gotta grab the tree.
Just grab that. See that? Y'all see, that's why we
Hey, you know what? I saw this guy online, man, and it was wild because this he was sitting out in the park, right? He had his chair. He had his chair with his sitting up next to the tree. He took his shoes and socks off, and he was just had his feet up against the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody came up and said, "What
you doing?" Yo, man, what you doing, boy?
The guy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm grounding myself." He says, "Well, what is that?" He says, "I'm grounding myself." He says, I think he was like 80 something years old. And he was like, "This is what I do all the time." He said, "This is what has kept me healthy all his life." He said he's always grounding himself. So, yeah. So you can do it.
See that guy? So you can put your feet on the tree and tell it
put your feet on the tree. Yeah.
Catching them bugs and run on down your back. Okay.
Sound like a man of experience, there, buddy. So if I were to say those pads, you just have to make sure you follow directions on that.
That's all.
Okay, that's all. Yep.
Okay.
They usually plug right into the wall. They go there's some that go on the bed. There's some that go on the ground. Some of them go under your, when you're working on your computer. There are a lot of different ones out there. They're all good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. The other question here, real quick, it says from Samsung, I know particular name, says, how long do I have to wear the back brace? I'm not quite sure what he or she means by that. Is there a particular back brace that you're speaking of?
Well, if they're talking about possibly a back brace, we always talk about, if you have a structural issues.
Yes,
a subluxation of any kind,
right?
Where there's a slight misalignment in the back. You take it as long as you need to, because if you have a problem, you have to have it, of course, hopefully you have a good chiropractor that's watching what's going on. And also your water is up to par. Don't get close. Don't get, almost. You got to be spot on. You got to master that water. Usually when you exercise and if you're walking, I usually tell people to use that until you can see that your spine is actually correcting itself. Now, how do you know? Usually, when we look for the spine, your ear should be in line with your shoulder. That's one way you can tell. But also, of course, like I said, check with your chiropractor and just monitor the situation and see if it's getting better. That's what I would recommend.
Very good. Dr. Moore, you ever heard of Elevan for lymphatic drainage and kidneys?
That sounds like a brand. Okay, brands.
Is that a particular brand? Just unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Dr. Paul. Now, this is what they're saying. They're saying that they got burdock root in it. They got echinacea in it. They're saying that it has astragalus in it. And they're saying that it's helping people's numbers with their kidneys.
And that's all the herbs that are used for it. That's
really?
Correct. Yes, that is. See, they're all going to be probably the same. Anytime it specifically says what it's when they're claim to fame of what they're actually marketing the product for, they probably got it. They probably got it right. Yeah. But the question is it good for you? That's the
right.
point.
And it was tagged underneath you. So I was like, well, why would they tag that underneath you? You didn't authorize that. You didn't approve that.
No. Were you talking about on my website or one of the websites or something? Yeah, you got to watch that. Okay, so that's not me. No, what you're probably doing, you are actually, that's a victim of the algorithm.
Yes, algorithms do that.
The algorithms do that. That's not even something that whenever you go to a certain amount of things and you keep going to different things or you keep searching, they're going to put it on your favorite websites. And it has nothing to do with the person that you're actually on the website looking at. That's an algorithm. That's that's not anything. And I told y'all the story about the guy that time, Big B, that called in the radio station and he was calling about this guy. He calls in and says, "Hey man, yo, this station needs to be under investigation and all. He's going off, right? And the guy and the host is like, what are you talking about? He says, well, you got all of this women all over the place with half clothes on and everything under your thing. And the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, and then literally the host is baffled. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Let's take a break and we're going to get our technical person on it. So they come, take a break, come back, and then they put the technical person on there. And the technical person says, excuse me, sir. Yeah, you guys are, you need to be ashamed of yourselves and all this, right? And the guy says, wait a minute. He says, what's the name of your browser? And he says, he gave him all the information. He says, you have been a victim. You are a victim of the algorithm. And he says, I don't know what that means. He says, yes, whatever you look at the most, that's what's going to show up.
Show up.
So he ended up
condemn his own self.
Yeah, apparently that's what he was looking at a lot. And that's what happened. And it's a victim of the algorithm. That's what the algorithm is, y'all. So be careful when you're looking that up. That doesn't have to be the website you're on. You could be on somebody's website and that'll pop up in the corner down there.
It sure will. So you better watch yourself.
It's tracking you. It's tracking you. Those
Keep your eyes from places you don't want to get caught in. That's all I can say. Well,
yeah, it's called tracking cookies. They're called tracking cookies. Yeah, so be careful.
Okay, so Dr. Paul, this is not something that you would recommend because you know nothing about it, correct?
No, it's not brands. I'm not saying that. See, we don't go by brands. We go by the ingredients. So if the ingredients were, like I said, it has burdock root, all those things are in there, that means that it may be good. But that's not my product, though. Yeah, that's not my product. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Okay, take care now.
All right, you got it.
Appreciate you.
AJ says, what's the best natural remedy for bone loss? Things like spinal stenosis, osteoporosis, mouth, jaw, facial bone loss. Basically, any type of bone loss. You want to punch AJ right now?
Everybody in here going to answer this one. Everybody in here going to answer this.
Oral calcium.
Oral calcium.
Oral calcium.
Quadrangularis. And what is it, Nita? That my favorite word, Cissus quadrangularis.
Yes. So I would say there's a list already. Prophetess has already put it in the bone density herbs are in the chat for those that are actually maybe by phone that cannot see, or you may be on.
It's all there.
Yep, or we can drop that if we can drop that over on the Facebook
side. It's at 736 in the chat. If you go in there, it's all there.
Okay, so we got the coral calcium.
It's just right on the very top, right under bone density herbs, coral calcium at the very top.
I got it. So what we want to do is just for those that are listening by phone, though. So if they're by phone, coral calcium, which comes out of the ocean, which is from Okinawa, alfalfa. This is not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent disease, just food for the soul, family. Comfrey. Okay. Bone set. BONSET. Pal Diarco. Okay. Red clover. MSM. Methylsulfonymethane. Buchu. You know what Buchu is, right? That's Mandiba's tea. That's Mandiba's tea. Yep. Cissus quadrangularis. I think that's gotten the popularity right now. Everybody loves saying that word. Cissus quadrangularis. Say that at a table. They're going to turn around. Everybody's going to turn around.
Who he think he is? He think he's smart or something.
That was pretty good. And of course, my green drink. How about that?
There you go.
And I would say any of these things will help you with bone density. Just continuing to clean the blood. You remember we say whenever in doubt, go back to the source, and that is the blood. Clean the blood. Clean the blood. You clean every organ every 20 minutes. All blood flows through every organ every 20 minutes. So keep the blood clean and make sure you get your water on top. Spring water, bottle at the source. Got it?
Okay. Question on the side. Then we go. What was that?
Bamboo.
Oh, yeah, of course. The bamboo. Isn't bamboo? Did I say bamboo? I said buchu, but not bamboo. Thank you. That's right. Buchu, but not bamboo. Bamboo, absolutely. Bamboo powder. That is correct.
Yes.
And now somebody tell me why is bamboo so good?
Get him, Sherry.
That's the extra points right there. What makes
it's silica.
Bamboo? Silica. High silica. How much silica?
Now that I don't know.
Ah,
I know it's high silica, but
yes, high silica. It's 75%
Whoa.
silica. Big
wow.
time.
Big
That is
time.
Thank you.
75%. That's why that bamboo stick, you don't want to get hit by no bamboo stick.
And that's true. Nothing will break,
If
buddy.
you got, if your mama said, go get me a stick, you better not come back with a bamboo
Lord,
stick.
hey, been there, done that already. When they send you out for your own switch. Have mercy.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right.
All right.
Is it safe, Dr. P, to use fake lashes with glue so close to the eye?
Ooh. I know. Y'all ain't gonna want to hear this one. Yes, it's the chemical effects of just the glue in general. Same glues that are used with, of course, hair, and we're talking about weaves and things like that. It doesn't allow the ability for the body to detox. So when you blocking that with the eyelash, yes, you can block those areas, that meibomian gland,
Yes.
which
yes,
is
yes,
on
yes.
that area. So you can be more susceptible to styes and also infections in the lining of the eye. I would definitely say just family be careful with that stuff, and I understand the effects of it because this is part of the glamour. It's part of the culture now that
Yeah, man.
when
Tell
you
me.
get your nails done, you're gonna get your eyelashes, all that stuff. I understand it, but just be understanding that this stuff after a while, you got to keep yourself clean, and this stuff does block up those areas where normally would be able to breathe. Is cannot breathe, especially with the tracks and you have with the leaves.
Yes.
And if that stuff for many years, they now, after people have passed away, when they do autopsies, they're finding gray matter under these things. They're finding, they're finding so much stuff and fungus under the scalp, all kinds of stuff. Y'all be careful.
You say he is married?
And that's something else.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So just keep in
To the
mind,
guy?
keep those in marriage.
Mute yourself,
Sure,
Carol.
you mute your Carol. Carol, mute yourself. Mute yourself. Everybody
That's
should be
public
on mute.
information.
Everybody should be on mute.
Mute yourself, Carol.
Carol, mute yourself. Okay. Let me make sure I mute your mute.
Yeah,
Where is she?
just try and
Where is she?
get her on your side, Dr. P.
Okay, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where is
Well,
she?
down next to Cricket. Just Carol, just Carol and small.
Yeah, she
small.
apparently doesn't know she is on.
Okay.
I don't see
Carol,
her.
if you can hear us, make sure you mute
Make
yourself,
sure you
okay?
mute yourself. Everybody should be mute unless you're actually called and we actually can get you on. So make sure you're muted, okay? Please.
Okay, Ruth.
Okay, I
you
got
go
it.
next.
I got
Sorry,
it.
Okay,
before
you
you
got-
go on, can you just
What'd she
check
say when
to
you
make sure
told her
that no
that?
one is in the waiting
I
room?
got her.
Okay, you got it. Okay, good.
I got her.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Just check to make sure that no one is in the waiting room. Last week we lost people because we didn't go because they had been waiting for some time.
Actually, I was watching it. It may have been because we were actually showing video at that time.
Yeah.
Of course, that's probably what we were doing. But usually,
Yeah.
I'm pretty. It'll give me notice, and I try to hit them automatically if they come in. It's probably because we were on video last time.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And let's see. What do we have? Anyone?
Okay, let's go to Ruth and then we'll go back to the side. Ruth?
Miss Ruthie,
Fingers
how
too.
you doing, Miss Ruthie?
I am
Eat like a cow. Eat like a
eat
cow.
like a cow, everybody, please.
That's all you got to do. Just eat like a cow.
Also, an easy way to find who's not muted is just hit participants because all the muted people are right there, and you can just.
Yeah, I don't want to do that though because if I do that, then that's gonna cut Big B off at the same time. Yeah, it will. I'll cut him off. And
That's okay. You can cut them off.
That's for you, Karen. So there.
He might get his bamboo stick at me. So
I just went and got my bamboo stick. So there.
I know he has one.
Karen, you getting me in trouble, man.
But this is my question. This is something you talked about 100 years ago back at Eagle's Nest. You were saying when someone is sick or has, you were talking about the ascorbic acid intravenous.
Ascorbic acid.
Ascorbic acid.
Ascorbic acid intravenous. And what was that used for? Like, I just kind of remember it, and it jumped in my mind today because I know someone that's maybe in need of it. So.
Yeah, it's IV. Yep, IV drip. What we say non-ascorbic. is what you want.
Non-ascorbic.
Non-ascorbic vitamin C, if you can get it. Yep. And
go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask, what does that help with?
Well, ascorbic acid is, of course, vitamin C. Okay.
Right.
Well, and I got to phrase this correctly because technically it's not vitamin C. When they actually are giving, when you look at real vitamin C, it actually consists of two things. It has an antioxidant and a nutrient at the same time. So what they have been doing is pulling from things like corn ascorbic acid. So that's the outer realm, but not the nutrients, which is the inner. So what does it do? It cleans up the environment which all free radicals live in. So it literally cleans things up. But in its natural state, you want both the antioxidant and the nutrients at the same time. So we don't want just one without the other. So there was a scientist that actually got the Nobel Peace Prize, and he actually proved this. He says, you're giving people the antioxidant, which is the ascorbic acid, and you're not giving them the nutrients. So everybody I gave this to, they actually didn't get well. It wasn't until I gave them both the nutrient and the antioxidant, then they got well. So what does it do? It does a lot of things, well, especially it's been known to be one of the elements used in treating things like cancer. Okay, cancer, of course, cleaning the blood. If you go into IV therapy, anyone that actually offers the services up that they'll put kits together for you. They'll have things like some of them have the non-ascorbic, or they'll have an alpha lipoic acid, a glutathione. They may have some other elements based on where your deficiency is. So that's what it's for. It's for cleaning up the blood. If I were to say one thing you can put your pen on it, it would be cleaning the blood.
Okay. So,
yep.
You know how I don't trust stuff.
Hey, you know what?
Listen,
I say, what's the best way of getting into your system is by, powdered, liquid, gels, chewables. Some people have digestive issues, and that's why it's working for them. But that goes back to, people getting IV therapy, but then they're still not eating right. They're eating the thick, the creamy, the things that pour slow. And the biggest problem is what else they are doing. And they just don't know. They just don't know that, you get your IV therapy and then you go eat ice cream and you go eat the chicken, you're eating the beef and the steak and you're eating out of cycle. This is what the problem is.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, but that's all good though. It has been known. I've heard some incredible turnaround stories of people who had that done and literally were terminal that actually came back, and it does work. But again, non-ascorbic. Got it? Non-ascorbic.
It's non-ascorbic. I want to make sure.
Yeah, non.
Non.
And
if you can get it, yep.
If the person is really sick, should they do the IV?
Well, that's a decision make. If they are in the hospital, that's probably not going to happen. It's an outpatient therapy,
right?
That's actually done. It's not something that you will have any hospital actually allow anybody to come in and do it.
No,
that's not going to happen. And you may get someone to run like an IV drip on maybe some vitamin C. But that's about it. You're not going to get that whole IV therapy thing. It's always been outpatient. And that's always been the controversy, with integrated medicine. I've dealt with a lot of integrated medicine doctors, and they say that's the struggle. I had one situation where a person was right down the hall in the same hospital. There was a division that was right next to, literally like a few feet down the hall was the therapy. And the person was in the actual hospital, was in the room, and they wouldn't do it. That's how deep that can get, because it's it can be very deep.
And the other question was, because I'm just, like I said, this was a long time ago. You said something about having it in having it in something.
In your advanced directive.
In your advanced directive.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
the advanced directive, they have to give you the non-absorbic.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a good point. That's a very excellent point. See, if you have an advanced directive, this may be your only caveat that will allow you to labor that point with them. That hey, this is something that's in, which really means they're not going with the protocol of the hospital. It's all because the hospital has their set line of protocols, and they're going to go with it because that brings in lawsuits. That brings in a whole. It protects them. So if you have an advanced directive already in place, it leaves them not liable for whatever happens if they give it to you. Got it? So that's as long as your doctor is on point with it and everything is locked in that advanced directive, there is a stronger possibility that it can be done.
Okay.
But if not, if you don't have an advanced directive, you can forget about it. It ain't happening.
Okay.
Dr. Paul, with the vitamin C therapy, it has to be prescribed by the doctor. And doctors don't know the advantage of vitamin C therapy. So sometimes it's hard to get the doctor to even prescribe it. And outpatient, well, if they'll do it on outpatient, a lot of times a lot of IV therapy is done at home because that's what my daughter does. She has an infusion company and she goes into home and do IV therapy.
Where does your daughter live?
Well, it's not where she lives. It's her company that's called Alara, and you can't even call her and say she needs this. The doctor has to order it. She just can't come out and do it. Her company is called Alara Infusion Company, but the doctor has to order it.
Okay. And that's the importance of the advanced directive. See, if your doctor's already on point with that and say, Doc, hey, can we agree that if I were in a compromised situation, would you be, susceptible to approve that for me? That's why you talk it out beforehand so that you can actually, when you do file that with the hospital, everybody's on point. It's all communication from that point.
And it all depends. They want to know, what do you need it for? You have to come to an agreement. Okay, do you need this vitamin C therapy?
Well,
so what does it do?
I just gave it to you.
He gave it to you. It's an antioxidant.
It's an antioxidant.
It cleans the blood. He said that was one of the things, right?
That's what vitamin C does. It's an antioxidant.
It's an antioxidant.
That's what it is. Yes.
But you must get the one with the antioxidant and the nutrient. That's the key. The key is when it becomes effective. There was a doctor. You can look up his name. His name was Dr. Georgi. He won the Nobel Peace Prize. He actually proved that if you take antioxidant alone without the actual nutrients from vitamin C, it's not going to be effective. It wasn't until he added the actual nutrient, which is the actual ascorbic acid with the antioxidant, with the nutrients, and then that change happened. It gets a little bit in depth. I mean, maybe I'll cover it again at some point in time. But Ruthie, that was a good topic that we had back then because there was a lot of people that really could have used it. Yeah,
because there's someone that I know that the doctor said they're done. There's nothing else they can do.
Well, then the thing is why are they in there? If they can get out, they can do what they have to do.
Yes.
Sometimes people have to. If they said there's nothing else they can do, then that's all they can do. That doesn't mean that that's not all that can be done.
Exactly.
That's just their philosophy. Yeah. Sometimes
there are a couple folks trying to get in, Dr. Paul. I just got a couple texts.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because they don't always know what to do. When they say there's nothing I can do, they don't know what to do. I was speaking to someone today, and they're going to the dentist, and they were telling the dentist that they do oil pulling. And the person said, the response was, "Oh, that doesn't work." And I said, "Listen."
They don't know.
Doctors will either, because they don't know they don't know about it, and instead of them saying, "Well, I don't know anything about that," they don't want to say, "I don't know." They just want to tell you, "Oh, that don't work."
I would challenge them to even talk to their peers. Okay, because we have other dentists that are approving it, and they are saying that they are seeing it. Just because you haven't researched it, don't mean that it don't work, and that's usually the case. In most cases, a lot of dentists don't do the research and don't have the data that actually supports it. I understand that, but that don't mean it don't work, because all pulling goes back 50,000 years.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell me if it don't work, then I don't think people would have been doing it, for this long, and to see the results. And, I want to give a shout out. Matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to Prophetess. You gave us Dr. Ranti Aryani, which is the holistic dentist. I want to give her a shout out. We went over there and they are doing absolutely some amazing work. I tell y'all, I'm going to have them on, her and her husband, Dr. Richard. They are I call them the dynamic duo.
That's what's up.
I said, y'all are the dynamic duo. I mean, we were clicking on so many points and we really locked in. They are right and spot on it. And that's someone I would refer that dentist to, so that they can see from their peers what is actually happening in the industry. Because lack of information is terrible, man.
That's always that's the game, man.
Lack of information.
That's where we suffer the most.
People, and in that, because that one person can tell, one person, and that goes on and that spreads on. And people think it's not a possibility. That's not true. That's not true at all. Yep. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you, Neitha. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Dr. Paul.
While you're on talking about Dr. Ranti, someone was there today, and they need to take amoxicillin, and she said for this person to ask you what is the pre and post biotic that they should take to counter the side effects of the antibiotic.
Yeah, it would be definitely the golden seal. Yeah, the golden seal route with the protocol. Yeah, golden seal with the protocol. Of course, the protocol. We say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. That's 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks back on. Quit it for a whole month. Wait a month, then repeat the cycle. That's what we would do. Now, in the meantime, it depends on what procedure was done. They can use cloves, because we did talk about cloves. I talked to them about a lot of different things. Yeah, and she has a mouthwash that's outstanding too that I saw that she recommends. She has a mouthwash, and it has calendula. It has a lot of the things we talk about. So we were spot on, man. We were locking. They are doing some amazing stuff. I'm telling y'all, they got it going on over there.
That's what's
they really got it going on.
Bring them on.
Very, very impressed with what they're doing.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
I'm the person that went to her, Shell, and I have an infection. So the golden seal, should I wait till after? Because I go back to her on Monday to take it, or when should I be taking the golden seal?
Well, the important thing is, what did she instruct you to do first?
She wants me to take the ampicillin. And that's when she said to find out, from you for pre and post biotic, what I should take to counteract this side effect.
Yep, that would be it. Still that golden seal route. That's what we would use.
Well, I'm taking it with the antibiotic?
Well, here's what I would do. I would wait till one is done.
Okay, so do the antibiotic first and then do the golden. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, never at the same time, because you're doing the same thing. So, and also in keeping things in order, you also have the clove powder. Okay, clove powder, and black walnuts. Got it? Are two other additional ones that can be added.
Well, I was using the clove for the pain because it's swollen and the pain, and it did soothe it. And I was doing oil pulling. She told me not to do it because I have mercury, and so she's going to even help remove that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Just follow her lead because they know exactly what's going on with you. Okay,
Okay.
that's the lead. Just
So then
understand
the
that.
golden seal. Okay.
Yeah, but that's what's traditionally used. I don't know what your situation is though. That's what I'm saying. Just follow her lead. She's spot on. She knows what she's doing. Definitely, she is on point. She is on point. Yeah.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Paul, I just wanted to share because I shared this before because this was back in January where I was having the pain and I knew I had an infection in my the last molar in my wisdom tooth. So I went to my dentist and right away they just wanted to pull the tooth. And I said, well, wait a minute.
I remember
I
that.
have
Yeah, I
pain.
remember that.
I said,
I
I
remember
have
that.
pain here and there's infection. I said, how are you going to get rid of the infection? She said, we'll pull the tooth and then we'll clean out the infection. I said, oh no, that don't sound right. So I
Sound right.
came home and my sister was here because we were, going on a cruise. And she said, what did I say? And I said, they want to pull my tooth. And I said, no, you're not pulling my tooth. She said, what about the infection? There's an infection. They said, pull it and then clean it. She said, no, you need an antibiotic. So my sister prescribed the amoxicillin for 7 days. I took that. And then when I got back home for our 4-day cruise, I had already had the clove oil. I ordered the golden sea oil and I ordered the black walnut oil. And I had a Q-tip, put all of it on, and I had round cotton ball and I painted that area. But I needed to clean out the infection first, and that's what the antibiotic did for the first 7 days. Then I came back with the treatment with those 3 oils.
Right.
Yeah, that is. Those
And
all
I
work.
still have my tooth, and I'm okay.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's the testimony right there. That's the stuff testimony right there. I remember when that happened. And
As always.
you are always spot on there because that's exactly the point. Now, how many people would not challenge that point? And this would have pulled the tooth.
Challenge
This is
everything.
oh my
Challenge
goodness.
everything.
You got to
Yes,
challenge
yes, yes.
everything. Yes. You got to prove to me that, hold the feet to the fire. That's what we call it. Hold the feet to the fire. Prove to me that I need this and that this is something that needs to be done. You got to prove it to them. Got it? So thank you so much. That's appreciate that, Shell. All right.
You got
Hopefully
it.
everything works out for you. Okay.
Indeed. Val, question. Can I say colon cleanse and eliminate at the same time?
Colon cleanse.
And you're eliminated at the same time.
No.
Well, we say one after the other.
One
Yeah,
after
we
the
try
other.
to do it. We try to do it. Now, technically, they're not going. It won't be a problem because at the end of the day, they're both food.
Yeah.
But it will challenge the system if you're not used to it. So that's why we start with one first, with the colon cleanse, which is the cleanse, and then after you've completed that process, you sweep. So that's the whole concept of cleansing and sweeping. So I would say, definitely start with one first. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, though. If there's someone that has been, after we sit down with you, and if there's something that we see that is highly parasitic, then we'll approach it from that angle. We'll give you another protocol. But, if it's just first time off and you're not, sure if there's something parasitic going on and you just think that it's just a regular cleanse, I would say follow the protocol first. But if there's only exception is if you think that you have an infection where you think that you have parasitic activity going on. So we got to be careful of that. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's go up to Calvin. Calvin in the corner. Calvin, you there? Calvin, there we go.
Calvin, what's up, brother Calvin?
How y'all doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good.
Good. Dr. Paul, I listened to your show last Saturday. You were talking about the pancreas detox, and you gave some things that you can use. So, is that considered like a pancreas flush?
Well, now, those were just specifically herbs that I gave out, which for the pancreas. So those were just in general. Pancreas flush would be, did I ever give out a pancreas flush to y'all? Did I ever give one out? I don't know if I did.
No.
I don't think I ever gave
so.
it.
I don't remember.
Never heard it.
Yeah, because really it's, I think I gave a liver, I gave a kidney, I gave a stomach, and I think I gave maybe another one. I think it was something like that. But yes, those herbs were specifically for, looking at specifically just the pancreas. We talked about the Isles of Langerhans, getting it striked up again. So remember those three herbs, right? Remember it was chromium,
chromium,
magnesium,
and
and that rare element called vanadium.
vanadium. Yeah.
Vanadium, right? Yeah, vanadium
Okay.
is it's a rare element, and you don't need a lot. It's a very small amount that's used, but it's found in those herbs that I gave you. You remember those herbs that I gave out? Did you make a list of them?
Yeah. Well,
Your family,
let's see, bitter melon, Gymnema,
right? Bitter melon.
cinnamon, sabot,
Gymnema. Yep, not to
Gymnema,
diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, y'all. Gymnema, right?
fenugreek.
I also gave out Genostema.
Okay.
Genostema. Remember that one?
Right. Dandelion root.
Genosteema. Genostema. It's all the ones that we have for diabetes. And Prophetess, you
Okay.
probably already got it in the queue already for me. You probably already got it in there, right?
It's in
Did you
there. I'm
got it in
looking
there,
to see
B?
what time I put it in there.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So those are the herbs that we would use. Still pancreas. But the point I was making is that a lot of the pancreas issues are, again, going back to what? Concentration. Remember, dehydration. Big problem. And the effects of the environment on the pancreas.
Okay.
Of course, that's the key. But no, that was not a flush. It was just a normal, when you take those herbs with the good water, that's your flush right there. But there may be another protocol. I do have one somewhere in my files that I may be able to pull that out. I'll take a look at that, okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
Also, I like your T-shirt. Is that like a flag?
Yes. Yes. This
Okay.
is the Juneteenth flag right here.
Oh, that's nice. I like it.
Yes, you see my flag?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
Very nice.
yes. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Is that
Okay.
on your website?
The flag, my shirt?
Yeah.
Big B, I'm gonna have to get a shirt now.
Let's get your shirt now.
I'm
See
gonna have
it?
to get a shirt now.
Yeah, I would wear it on the 4th.
Oh yeah, right. You wear this on the 4th. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and Danny, you're
That's all I
next.
got, man. Thank you.
Thank you,
All right,
Calvin.
thank you, Cal.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Danny, you're up now. Going once, going twice. Come on,
Going
Danny.
once. What's up, Danny?
You there?
Danny? Come on,
And
Danny.
after Danny, if not, then we'll go to Audrey and then come back to Danny.
Okay.
All right, Audrey. We'll catch Danny.
I want to go to Dr. Paul before I go to this interview.
There we go, Audrey. Come on.
Yeah, here I come.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, Oz.
Well, I am go for the treatment. Calling about a family member.
Danny, Audrey, can you hold on for a second?
Hold on
Someone
for a
talking
second.
about it doesn't have a name, it just has 2 dots in it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check it. There,
Yeah,
I got
2
it.
dots in the middle.
Yep.
There you go. Yep. Okay, Audrey, go ahead.
Okay. So I have a family member who right now is, well, not just right now, but for quite a while, and they're healthy. They exercise, they eat salads. I got them on Crystal Geyser, and they're around their grandchildren, and their little germs, petri dishes, and they have said to me time and again that they'll catch a cold from the kids, and other family members will have the cold for a few days, and they have it for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Right now, they came back from a cruise, I'm going to say 3 weeks ago, 21 days approximately. Lovely, Greece, and got sick at the end of the cruise. Well, that's a petri dish, and has been taking antibiotics and still not getting better. They've had asthma since childhood, so they've always had it. So I said I would call in and ask things, but something they found just today, and they were wondering if that was if it fit their description. The bronchius, I can't pronounce it. Bronchius, and it's IECTASIS, called BE.
Bronchiectasis.
I'm so proud of you. So, so they found that something with that on it, and they already called to make an appointment with a pulmonologist. and to get a scan or something, whatever to look at their lungs.
Mhm.
So, what is your recommendation? And they live in Florida, so it's not like I could get them.
So this is all going back to again detox. You know, with the lungs being the number one. You know, whenever you have anything that's dealing with the bronchial of any level, it's just it could be widened, could be blocked, could be not assimilating the oxygen to get into the lungs. That's that's an overflowing of toxins. Toxicity. Overflow. In most cases, it's always going to go back to the diet every time. Dehydration and diet. Anytime I see anything going on with the lungs, when the lungs are filling up with toxins, yep, that's an overflow. So you got her on the crystal geyser water.
Right.
You got her on things like the green drinks. It's food choices that would be
I have to get them on the green drink because that was just the water, and that's because I was visiting last year, and I told them that they had to buy that for me before I came, and they started drinking it as well.
The key that I would highly suggest that you move on would be food. See, all of this stuff is working well and could be very much good. She'll go and buy everything probably you tell her to go get. But if she's still eating wrong, she's splitting the fence. She's got to know what's really bad for her not to eat. Dairy is number one. All dairy has to be eliminated. No room for that. Also, when you're cleaning the lungs, you got to stay away from all heavy meats. I would say all meats right now, because they're going to cause the body to use energy. Whenever you got to use energy to get energy, your body can't build this immune system when I'm using all my resources to fight this bacteria or whatever. So it's a constant back and forth that the body's trying to do. So what you're trying to do is just give the body everything it needs. Give her that that Mastering a Healthy Lifestyle booklet, 14 pages. Let her read it. Go over it with her. Help her with that. Set up an appointment.
Which booklet is that?
Yep, right on my website. If you go right on my website, and as soon as you scroll down, it'll say get the free booklet, 14-page booklet. Yep.
Gotcha.
And that's a good start. That's a good start.
Because when they went to the doctor, they check your air flow, whatever, and it was very low. Where ours
oxygen,
it was very low.
Yeah, so anything that she should have a pulse oximeter also. And with the pulse oximeter, nothing less than 96 is where you're looking at oxygen. Okay, anything less than 96,
it was way bad.
96. Yeah, No, well, I was going to say some of the I can give you some of the traditional herbs we talk about all the time here. One would be the mullein. Okay, but I would do mullein teas. Mullein teas, something thermal. Helps to unblock the bronchial areas. So things like that. The old Indian wild cherry bark syrup that we talk about all the time. That's a good one. Which is now the Dr. Tiara's syrup. Okay.
Yeah. So drink the mullein tea because that stuff is awful.
Yeah, because he was talking about how they would talk about the mucus.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So what's the question is what's causing the mucus? Right? So that's where you got to get with that booklet. Get that booklet. See, she's probably not aware of what's causing it. A lot of people, that's why I simplified it so easy to say, how can I get everybody to just understand what I'm talking about? Something thick, creamy, or this porn slow.
Gotcha.
You got it. If you got all those three things right there, it ain't no good for you. That's right. Especially when you're trying to get your immune system back and you're trying to detox. Those are the three things you look for. Okay.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good, Audrey. You've been very good.
All right, Audrey. I'm putting the the Mastering a Healthy Lifestyle in the chest. You can just once I get it out, and you just hit it and download it. Okay.
Okay. Fabulous.
Also,
thank you so much.
Thank you, Audrey. Appreciate you. Also, I want to mention to everybody that I am doing the 4th of July sale. I did put that on link. If you're on the If you're on my email list and you're on the site, we actually are having a blowout on the 4th of July. So there are new codes for you. And if you want to go to the website, go to it now. If you don't have it, here it is. I'll give it to you, Big B. I will, matter of fact, I will drop it in the box here for everybody, but I'll let everybody take a look at it. There are new codes. So the new codes is when you go to the website, you can order and you get discounts on the green drink, the colon cleanse, the parasite, and of course the detox kit. Here we go.
Okay, there you go. Yep, that's that.
Okay. And it is on, it's also, I'll drop it in the box for everybody if you want to, Prophetess, you want to drop it on Facebook on that side. But there are new codes. So if you want the single pack, it's the Hot 10 NGB. This is the hotter than 4th of July. It ain't
I know that, everybody.
It's hot outside.
Because it's going to be hot on the 4th, y'all.
Woo! Yes.
Big time.
If you want a 3-pack, you can get 15% off on the 3-pack, and that's from Punch In Hot 15 NGB3, and that's actually right when you log out, just before when you're going into, it'll say offer code. It'll say put the code in. That's when you put the code in. Okay. Also, you get 25% on a 6-pack, and that's the Hot 25 NGB. Punch in with the 6, that goes in for 25%. And then, of course, we have the other ones, 10% on the detox, which is the colon cleanse and the parasite. And then the full detox is the 10% off also. So if you need more information, go to the website shop.drpaulherbs.com. All right.
Did you say you had a discount on the RMA3 as well?
RM3A?
The RM3A?
No, not on the RM3A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is just on the products today. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And one thing, Dr. Paul, I'd like to just chime in and say that everyone needs to exercise their lungs, breathing exercises.
Yes.
They need to, and it's very inexpensive. Purchase an incentive spirometer if you don't have one. A lot of times, if you're in the hospital, they will give you one, depending upon what you're in there for. When I was in the hospital having the back surgery, I requested it because I'm laying in the bed. And I mean, I like to sing. I'm not a singer, but I like to sing. But what I've noticed over the past few years, because I wake up and I do my breathing exercises with the incentive spirometer, it helps my voice. I said, wow, I noticed a change. It's different. But it helps. You need to exercise your lungs. And with that incentive spirometer, it really helps you.
Really when I told my pulmonologist I was using it, he said, what are you using it for? I said, to exercise my lungs. That's the only thing, the way you can exercise your lungs.
I know. Isn't this amazing?
Why are you asking me that?
This is basic fundamental 101, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, the majority of people that sit down with me are not breathing right. I would say I would say it's a high 65%, y'all. That means over 50% of the people, when they sit down with me, they're not breathing right.
Yep.
And that means when you breathe in, your stomach or your diaphragmatic breathing comes from the bottom, not your chest.
First thing you say is breathe like this.
And people are breathing from mouth breathing, and this is what causes anxiety. This is what causes headaches, migraines. This is what causes all of those things. You can't function. Also, sometimes, when you're mouth breathing like that, this is one that we talked about over at the dentist. You get bacterial infections in your mouth, in your teeth.
And that's the truth. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I just, after that,
it's already dirty.
Please don't even think about that.
When we started talking about that,
I gonna think on what's in your mouth when you wake up in the morning.
Hey,
on your belly up.
That's right. You ever had somebody? You ever met somebody? Every time you see them, it could be years later, and their breath always smell tart.
Yeah. That's why you so nice. It smells tart. One can say stinks. Your breath stinks. But I didn't say that.
He was kind.
Halitosis. I'm not trying to. I give the technical term. I call it halitosis. All right.
If you don't deal with it before you eat a meal, it makes your food taste funny. My best friend is going through that right now. Everything she tastes, she says, it just tastes horrible. It tastes horrible. I said, because you jacked up your taste buds with all these ketones that developed in your body from your high blood sugar.
Absolutely. And also, it's the biofilm that grows on the tongue and the teeth. You got biofilm. You know, when that biofilm is like literally like little bugs, y'all.
Yep.
Little bugs are on your teeth, and they just
Thanks a lot. This is what I need to hear.
Yeah, just thought
Hey,
we.
Audrey,
just
they
thought we'd let you know.
took the conversation there, Audrey. What me?
It is what it is, baby girl.
All right, Doctor. Let's go.
Right.
Danny's up now, Dr. P. Danny, you there? I see you.
Danny.
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was dealing with Cairo.
I thought so. I thought so.
I have a Cairo too.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
I have a Cairo too.
Baby, let's see Cairo. Let's give
Kay? What's up?
Cairo. Hold up. I gotta put Cairo on spotlight. Hey, Cairo. What's up, Cairo?
What's happening, man?
Everybody come off mute for Cairo and Danny.
Cairo said, "Don't be messing with me." We think it is Wednesday.
He looking like, yo, who all these people?
Quit messing with me.
All these people know my name. What's going on? Oh, beautiful. Danny, I'm so proud of you because, you know, Cairo is the wonder baby.
Yes, he is.
Yes, she is the wonder baby and so beautiful. Oh, I know he's just a joy to be.
Thank you. Say hi. Say hi.
Cairo said, "Get off my phone."
Say, look, I ain't saying hi to nobody I don't know. I don't know these people.
Okay.
So it's my bedtime. Is it your bedtime, Cairo? Because it's my bedtime.
Yes, he needs to go to bed because he's acting up.
Yeah. He said, look, I done had a hard day.
Sitting everywhere. He is a trip. So the question actually is for Cairo. I went to his 1 year checkup on Monday, and they want to do a CBC and lead test and all this stuff on him. And I'm like, I'll see about that. And then they said, because I told them I was going to stop nursing, and she said, well, how's he going to get his vitamin D? He needs to get vitamin D supplements. So I wanted to talk to you about vitamin D with him and what I can do to get him his vitamin D.
Well, how old is Cairo right now?
1.
He's 1.
1 year old, and you're past breastfeeding. You still breastfeeding?
Well, I still am breastfeeding. I'm trying to wean, but it's very hard.
Oh yeah. He's not gonna go for that. Yeah, absolutely. So here's what we do on this side, and then I'm speaking from the natural holistic side. You know, from a dualist perspective, or you know, when we're looking at that, you are the nutrients for the baby. Got it? So long as you're doing what you're doing, whatever they say baby needs, you are providing it for baby, you know, which means that's what it's supposed to be. And you are the immune system also. So I would increase your vitamin D if there was an issue with that. Now, they're asking for a complete blood count. When are they trying to do this? Are they talking about doing this right away? Is there?
Right. Yeah, they're saying right away.
What are making them? Are they having concerns about something? What makes them even lean into that direction?
That's what I said. And I said, is it mandatory? Right? So every time I say is it mandatory, they get they're like,
I mean, if it was something that was leading in that direction of why it would, you know, baby would need that, if there was a symptom or something of a malnutrition.
No, there's nothing.
I would I can't tell you what to do. You know that. But I'm saying that only time you would do something like that is if there was a reason to do it, you know.
Right.
You know, as long as you are staying up on your stuff, which I know you are, because that's Wonder Baby to begin with, you know.
Yeah.
So long as you're doing what you are supposed to be doing, keeping yourself in balance, checking your pH, you know, you are, you know, that's what we would do. Now, if you have concerns, because babies don't need a whole lot to begin with.
No.
You know, they don't need a whole lot, you know, because they just got here. They're not exposed to anything. So that's kind of what, you know, I ran into this week. And I sent it over to Dr. Clorinda and I sent it to Neetha this week. Y'all got that, right? Wasn't that amazing?
Yes. Yes.
It was amazing,
absolutely.
you know, that they're moving into not only not juvenile, which juvenile dialysis was enough. That was enough for me, was juvenile. But now y'all done moved into pediatric.
Yeah, I almost fell off.
And I just read a thing, Dr. Paul, where 2 parents were charged with murder because their 7-year-old died at 255 pounds.
Wow.
255 pounds, 7 years old.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. That is so you see where these things go. And Danny, you know where your woman's intuition lies when it
Yes. That
comes
is
with that.
unbelievable.
Keep that in perspective. They can offer a whole lot of things up, but if it don't agree with you and your husband's spirit, on that, I would say,
Right.
just make sure that you're asking all the questions. Again, hold the feet to the fire. You got to prove to me I need this,
Yes.
because you don't want to be exposing. So it's always kind of like probing and poking and jabbing, things like that, to find something. If there's nothing going on, because the baby just got here, what are we doing? What are we doing? I hear you yet, Danny.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Danny. Thank
You
you
know
much.
what to do, girl. You know what to
Right.
do. You know what
And
to
also,
do.
I wanted to mention about the incentive spirometer. Everybody should have one. I'm a respiratory therapist, so when I'm at
Good.
when I used to work at the hospital, I used to give everybody one. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good to have.
I remember they
Danny.
would, because they would have to deal with so much respiratory issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go in with a broke ankle and come out with pneumonia. You
Yep.
Yeah,
know.
man.
Yep.
Amen.
It's
Yeah.
like, yo, what's going on?
How about
Thank you,
hooking the
Danny.
All
family
right, Danny.
Thank
tree
you,
up?
Thanks so
Cairo.
much.
How
Appreciate
about hooking the
y'all.
family tree up
Yeah.
with some?
Well,
Yeah, what was that?
I
What did he say?
would look. Maybe I'll start making them.
hey,
Yeah,
all right. Well, what can I tell you? All right, Dr. P. Look,
good stuff.
And to everyone on the family tree, here's a new word that you need to keep number one priority in your vocabulary, 3-letter word, and that is why.
Yeah.
Mm.
Why? I heard
I
that.
thought it was going to be another word, but
Let us pray, Dr. P.
it could have been another word.
Well,
That's a 2-year-old thing.
Yeah, why?
Yep.
Yeah, why?
Indeed,
Why?
indeed.
Yes.
Wrote a song
yes.
about it.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a powerful.
Yeah, man.
It's a powerful word. Powerful, and that's why children, power, the other one is the no.
Yeah, and that's the truth.
No is very powerful. No.
Yes, sir.
I do not set my agreement with it.
Uh-huh.
You have a right to say no. Mm-mm. Nope.
I got a question from Facebook before we go to Pam. Dr. Paul, will fluoride-free toothpaste help prevent cavities?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because you're using
That's from
vegetable
Michelle.
base. Yeah, vegetable base. They're totally wrong when it comes to why they're using it to begin with. They're saying
Okay.
it's to prevent it, but it's not. We already know that it's a poison. It's always been a poison. It's never not been a poison. It's listed with skull and bones. So we know that that's not the problem. The problem is usually with the children, it's their exposure to all of the refined white sugar. You got it? And they only have they have soft bones. So the body's like, I'm not going to go after the bones because there's nothing there. The highest and only exposed bone for a child is the teeth. So that's where it goes after the teeth. It's a pH problem. And it's always because of it's the sugar, it's the cereals. It was always the refined sugars that was causing the problem. But the same thing with adults. So if with sugar with adults or with adults or parent or children, I would just say, just make sure your pH is right, because that's usually the problem. Yep, it's food. Back to the food again.
All right, Pam, Pam Rich, you're there. And then Yvonne. Pamela?
All right. So
All right. There you go.
one of my relatives was diagnosed with bladder cancer, and he was taking the chemo. He didn't like it. He just started it, and he's going to ask the doctor for an alternative. I was wondering if you had any suggestions of like some of the herbs that he could maybe take along with it.
Yeah, with something as severe as that, I would definitely say get him an assessment first, before we can do any recommendations, because he has to absolutely know how to eat right, and what he's eating and drinking has got to be number one. The first thing I'm going to ask is, how is the water, and what kind of water is he drinking? And they may have already put him on a restriction already, so that means that becomes a counter to what he really needs to get done, which means the bladder really needs a real quality water. But it could have been, reasons why there's an infection. A lot of people have a bladder infection because of a urinary tract infection that goes long undiagnosed for so many years. For many people go through it. It gets better, it gets worse, get better, gets worse. And it kind of going back and forth, not realizing. A lot of men have it. A lot of men have UTIs. And I know the weight has gone to a lot of women, but a lot of men have it. Some of the precursors for prostate issues that we say come from UTIs, men having UTIs, urinary tract infections, eating a lot of meat, a lot of junk food, not going to the bathroom, not drinking water.
Well, he's not going to give up the meat.
Yeah. See, those are the things. See,
he is drinking the water, but he also buys purified water. But he told me he's only drinking the, crystal geyser. So I hope he's doing that.
So that's a good turn. That's a good turn right there. But see, he has to get a whole transformation by the renewing of his mind, which means he's got to watch his food choices, and it's sooner than later. When you're talking about bladder, you got to jump on this. You don't want to be, you don't want to let that fluster, or, you don't want to let that sit for a long time. Got it? So hopefully, if he wants to give him a call, tell him to give me a call, and I'll check him out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Also, Pam, I want you to tell everybody what you got going on. How was the event? Because you had some things that were going on. Tell everybody what you do. I want to give you a little spotlight here. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Can we do a little things. She does wonderful things. That's right. Yes. Tell everybody a little bit about the center and everything. And so people who don't know, give them a little insight.
Sure. So this past Friday, we had an initiative, a farming and gardening initiative. We are just classified as a CDC, the Business Center, which means that what we hope to do with that is just help the community be more green and beautified in the corridor that we're recently located on, which is Wayne Avenue. So we have people, there were about 25 people at the meeting. And we asked, how many of you already have farms and gardens? And about 8 of those 25 people raised their hands. So there's a lot of people that are gardening or farming here locally, and they're going down south and they're bringing back honey and bringing back watermelon and things like that. Because our focus at the Business Center is to make sure people are doing entrepreneurial things. The ultimate goal is for people to turn different farming projects and gardening projects into a business. So that's one of the objectives. But we as a community, because of everything that's going on, we need to know where our food is coming from. We need to, eat better, eat healthier in order to have a full life. So everything that we do at the Innovation Center is centered around environmental, and this is a part of it under bioscience.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And give your number, and if not, email or website that they can go to check everything out.
Sure. They can go to, and I'll put it in the chat, THEBIZCTR.com. And it's actually a banner on the website for people to sign up. At the meeting, we also form committees. So there is an infrastructure committee, there's a marketing committee, there's an education committee, and a committee for gardening. So we've also had different plots in the Northwest that are being donated to us by developers. So we're looking forward to people coming and being a part of it, and creating some lively, growing, thriving things in our community. The Department of Agriculture was also there, and the USDA, and people learned about different grants that are available for them And for nonprofits like ourselves, and if you want to create a for-profit, the USDA also has grants available. So that was an eye opener for a lot of people that were there as well.
All right.
So that was our first meeting.
Yes.
Right.
I got my hand raised. I'm in. I didn't make the
Okay.
meeting, but I'm in. I'm
Okay.
in. I'm in.
More,
Yeah,
more to
absolutely.
come. More to
All
come.
right,
More to
man.
come. All right.
Very
We're gonna
good.
make
Very
sure.
good.
And
I
more
want you
to
to
come,
announce.
because
I want you to
she's
make
told
sure
you
you
a
announce
little
it on
bit.
here. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Make
Right.
sure you're announcing it on here. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, man. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much.
Okay.
Hey, I just got a text from somebody. I just want to make sure. I want to have a disclaimer for you. People are asking questions because this comes up a lot of times. Sometimes when someone will make an order online, if you're making an order online for the NGB or the colon cleanse, the parasite, if you miss that prompt that tells you where to punch in the actual code, if you miss the prompt, I cannot go back and actually give you a discount on that. Okay, so you got to make sure
Pay
that
attention.
before you check out, it's right under there. You can't miss it. It's right there. You got to punch the codes in because I can't do it. It's not in our power to even change it. So we can't change it because once it starts to order, it's already being shipped out to you right away. That's how we're rolling. So just want to give the heads up to y'all. Okay. So if you're doing it, make sure you punch in the code. The codes are right there. I just gave them to you. Go to the website and get them. They're posted on the website on the shop. They're right on the website. You can't miss them.
Okay.
So make sure you punch those in. Write them down. Okay.
All
right. All right, Big B.
Dr. Paul, Ron just wanted to know if there was Ron, what was that question about the water? Is Nirvana natural spring water good? Nirvana.
What's the rule, Ron? What's the rule? You remember this is the rule with all waters. We don't go by brands. What do we go by? We go by what?
Bottle at the source. Bottle at the source.
Bottle at the source.
You have to look at what waters that claim the fame. That's that. We got to get out of this. Definitely we don't want to look for brands because you're going to go to different parts of the country and you're going to see different waters. You're going to say, wow, I've never heard of this water. What's the claim to fame? Got it?
Right.
What's the claim to fame means turn around. It should say what? Make sure it's what? Spring water.
Spring water, bottle at
the source. That's it. You got it.
Real
not from source, because from source could be the kitchen sink. It could be the kitchen sink, Kamara. I heard that. It could be the kitchen sink. Just like they caught Deer Park in Poland Springs. They caught them. They caught them.
Big time, y'all.
So keep that in mind.
Okay, Yvonne, you're up next, Yvonne.
Yvonne?
You're
I think that's the last
Yep,
person, because Prophet is about to get on us right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yvonne.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, two questions. Question about a 70-year-old postmenopausal woman who's dealing with vaginal dryness and was told it was because of vaginal atrophy. What would you recommend?
Well, they would have to be assessed, but you have a gynecologist. You have Dr. Clarinda right here. You need to get her number and then have a conversation with her.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, get her number. Dr. Clarinda, you want to give her a number? That number, if you want to, or you want to put it in chat?
I'm putting it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that has to be assessed. There's a lot of probing questions that have to go into that.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, it's going to go back to every time, it's going to come down to y'all. It's going to be what you're drinking and what you eat. That's it.
What you're drinking and what you eating.
What you're drinking and what you're eating. That's it.
And it's not necessarily because of a menopause.
Yeah.
But that's still because of what you're drinking and what you eat.
And what you drink.
It still go back. See, cycles and the rhythms that people go through in whether men or female, male or female, still goes back to what are we eating. It's going to go back to the liver. Liver has the ability to fire off, and that's what's causing these cycles and rhythm issues and all kind. We got to clean his blood, y'all. He's got to clean his blood. Yeah.
Okay. My second question. Oops. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, my second question is regarding a foot callus or on each foot. What do you recommend to use and maybe to soak your feet in for a foot callus?
Yeah,
I just put something in the chat for her, Dr. Paul. She put something in the chat, and I put my remedy in the chat for her.
Okay.
She needs to look at it.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see it. Thank you.
Yeah, castor oil and clove oil is what I've used, and it got rid of my calluses that I had for years and my ingrown toenail. So, and I put my number in there for you to call me. So if you read the chat, I direct it to you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent. See how we see the stuff out, Big B, it's like automatic. We better than AI over here. We better than AI.
I know that's right.
AI ain't got nothing on the family tree.
Right. What do you call family tree? Happy fingers.
If you ask AI gonna say, ask the family tree.
That's
what's
why
gonna happen.
everybody should be taking Dr. Paul's global millennial classes.
Thank you.
So
I
that we
couldn't
can
say that
all
any
be
better.
ambassadors of
Yes.
health.
Yes. If you take these classes, y'all, a lot of what we're saying here
It's
is
right all
covered in
there.
the class.
It's all there.
Fundamentals, and it's going back to what are you doing? Because I press the point all the time with you, and it's not to belabor the point, but it's really to say that we have to look at all the food. I'm telling y'all, when I went down all the food in the market yesterday, and everything was bioengineered. I was
Yeah, man.
you know what? I'm really done.
It's hard to live
really
nowadays.
hard, y'all. It's really hard. I was looking at the Quaker products, and a lot of them don't say on the packaging bioengineered. They don't say it. They'll just say scan me. It's got a smart label. They call them smart labels now. And when you hit the smart labels, everything's bioengineered. All the bread, bioengineered. All of it. All of it. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And so I would just say, just do your best, family. It's what you're eating that's causing the problem. Sometimes you got to start to, go back to just water, greens, and fasting, to just reset the system. We got to go into that again. I need to do a class on the fasting, on the real proper levels of what's fasting all about. So keep that in mind. All right. All right, Big B.
Your food.
Yeah.
Before you eat, say your blessings. You did it when you were a kid, but it's
child,
real
please.
today.
Ain't that the truth? We try to act like we know better.
Your prayer, put, please, Lord, remove all impurities.
Yes.
You got the nerve to think you're grown. You can do what you want to. That's why
we do have the ability to do that, to remove impurities with with hands. This is a perfect example. When you stir a pot. All right, and all the women gonna know this one, right? When you stir a pot, which way do you spin? Where do you stir?
The right.
From to the right or to the left?
To the right.
To the right, to the right, to the right.
Now why? Why?
I don't know why.
That's the
why? Why? Because you said my mama told me that's why.
Wow, I never thought about that, Doc.
Yeah.
What direction do you turn it? You turn it to the right, right? Right. Why? Because that's anion. That's the anion energy goes that to the right.
Oh.
Cation moves to the left. That's tearing down, destruction. You gonna don't eat nobody greens when they spin it the other way. You better leave them greens alone.
Hey, Dr. Wall, the only problem with that is that if you're on the bottom half of the earth and you spin, you got to go the other way because never mind. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
But still, you're supposed to move. Yeah, even if you're down there, you're supposed to spin to the right.
That's right. No matter what.
To the right. See, that spins alkaline. Alkaline spins what? To the right.
To the right. Exactly.
So when I'm actually putting my energy to it, I'm putting my, when they say, Grandma, you put your foot in them greens. That's why she said, I'm putting my love and I'm going to make this for my family. She putting all that good intention with the spin, which is the intuition. That's what she's putting. She's programming that food.
That's right.
Doggone it. Now you know why the food tastes
Prophet
so good.
says, versus synchron, alkaline spins to the right. So that
spins to the right. Ain't that something?
That's
wow.
And I bet you that's almost universal.
It is, y'all. It's
a universal principle. But I still see people. I check everybody. I'll see people spinning the other way and say, "Hey, you gonna go the other way, right?"
Wow. I'm gonna make it go the other way anyhow, no matter what.
Absolutely. So we learned energy is all about energy. Do you know that's also one last point? Yep. That's also used that when you remember when they had the Flint, Michigan issue, with the water, right?
Yeah, man.
Well, there is, we talked about the dowsing, You know, we talked about the dowsing, right? With
like this.
Right. So you can actually use the same concept for cleaning water. So if you take you can take a something like a necklace or something or just like a chain or something and hold it over the water. And as you hold it still, the energy will move in the direction that the water is charged to. So it'll move to the left. What's that mean? That's some bad water.
Bad water.
But if you hold it over there and it spins to the right, that's alkaline water.
We did that experiment.
Yeah, we did do that one time. Did we do that?
No, we did it where I go on Sundays.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I thought I did that one time. But anyway, it's good stuff. Good stuff. That tells you how you see energy. All right, Big B, wrap it up, buddy. We want to find out how they can be.
Wow.
Anyone wants to participate with the family tree and sow into the family. And of course, Big B over there is doing great things and he's putting it on Facebook. He's putting it on also YouTube and all the networks and editing out. We appreciate you, Big B. Tell them how they can want to make a donation to the family tree and all the information to get a transcript.
Hey, man. And as always, I want also, Dr. P, thank everybody that has been supporting and continue to do so because that's what makes it all worth the while. To get a copy of tonight's chat, you got to do what, guys? You got to send me an email to meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, meccavideo@gmail.com. Now, to support the family tree, you want to use my Cash App. That's, that's $BILMORGAN. Again, $BILMORGAN. And if it's through Zelle, listen, one thing I just found out, Dr. Paul, if it's through Zelle, you got to use that. My ID number there is meccavideo@comcast.net, but my bank is TD Bank. Okay, you got to look that up. So once you put it in, it's going to ask you what it is. So it's TD Bank. So meccavideo@comcast.net. Finally, our P.O. Box over here in Mullica Hill. Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Again, finally, Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your frenemies. What? Everybody, where? Right here to the family tree.
All right. Did y'all learn anything tonight? Put your hands together.
Yes, sir. I know that, everybody. Yes, sir.
All right. I want to thank you so much. We say we don't charge you really anything, but with the truth, take this information and share it with someone. How about that? With yourself and with your family and the ones you love. I want to give a shout out for Prophetess, a.k.a. Finger.
Keeping us on tap.
Yes. Thank you so much. And keep up that good work with the children. Absolutely. And without a doubt, I want to give our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan.
Having fun, buddy.
All right, thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We continuously stay on point. Share this information, as I was saying. You know, it's important when you share, because when you share, that means you may be changing the life of somebody. They might not hear you right now, but they're listening. How about that?
They sure are.
God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing, you gotta shine. Come on, let's dance, y'all. Let's dance. Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy.
Good Marcy. I heard that.
Go, Marcy. Go ahead. Tap. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. Tap. Come on. Bring it on down. All right. Oh, that feels good. Yes. Little Qigong at the end of the day. That's right. Tap around here. That's right. That's how you get the bags from under the eyes, ladies. That's right. Tap. Come on down. Right in here. Put your hands 27. That's your kidneys right here. Tap. Right here, that's Big D. Tap.
Glad to have you, Yvonne.
Left and the right. Good.
Hey, Corey.
Tap. All right, on the left side. Right in that little gap right there. Cup your hands like this. That's for the heart right there. Right there. Clap. Right there. On the outside. Good. All the way up to the shoulder. Good. On the other side, you do one side, you gotta do the other side. There you go. Good. On the inside. on the Facebook side. We appreciate y'all. Good, good.
Yeah, man. On the Facebook side, you got KK, you got Brenda,
Rebound.
you got Deval, you got Bob, and then you got Michelle, Andrea,
Rebound. Good. Go ahead, come on. Breathe in.
Kevin Bennett.
Rebound. Good. Now shake it out. Shake it out. Take some shoulders.
Paul Williams
Take some shoulders.
on the Facebook side.
Shake your hands. Happy 4th of July to everybody. 250 years. Yes. Yes. Shake your hand. Move the head back and forth. Move the head back and forth. That's right, Marcy. I know you take it. All right, move the head back and forth. All right, let's get a little energy going on here. Go on. Clap. 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 Come on, Big B.
This is the best part of the class.
All right, this is the best part right here.
Yes,
They
sir,
always
buddy.
miss it. Clap. Come on, get the energy. Clap.
I heard that.
Clap. Come on, you gotta get that energy going. You gotta really rub them together, right? Rub them together. You get that energy. All right. And then take it and just rub it on down. Woo. You feel that energy? Don't touch yourself. Oh man, I tell you, you can feel it, Big B. You can feel it all over. Clap.
Yes, sir, man.
Clap. Yeah. Clap. Good, good. Clap. Clap. All right, one more rub down. Come on, rub it around the head. You might have a migraine headache. You have some tension in your knees. Yes, bring it with good intentions. Bring it on down. Bring it all the way down. All the way down. One more. Clap. Clap. All right. Clap. One more time. Clap. And hold. Hold the bottom one. Move the top one. Do you feel that, Big B? It feels like energy, right? Your pulse starts to feel like a little ball in your hand with good intentions. Bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
To the
Thank you.
I heard.
Appreciate y'all. All right. Come on. Let's Susie dance up here. Who is that? Is that, let's see, Marcy. Go ahead, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy.
Work it out, Marcy.
Go ahead, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy. Go, Marcy. She got the shoulders, Big B. She got the shoulders. I'm gonna have you bring your drums out one day and you can be jamming. You know, with the crew. We can bring our drums out now. Don't let Marcy bring her drums out now. We all gonna be in trouble. Come on. There you go. All right. All right. Good. All right. Who else is in here?
I heard that.
Hey, Dolores. Go ahead, Dolores. She got it. She getting the wine shot. Oh, yeah. All right. I like that one.
I heard that.
Yeah.
The Lord help me playing. Hey, she got some moves.
Yeah, there you go.
That blood flowing.
That's right. Get the blood flowing, right?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, Yvonne. Go, Yvonne. Go ahead. There you go.
Get him.
Oh, yeah.
Get him. I know now.
There you go. Swinging, Big B.
Question is,
I heard that. Will I ever
believe you?
Yeah.
The answer is no.
Yeah. Good night.
All right. Come on, Big B. Go, Big B.
The answer is
no. All right. Go ahead,
that I might be free. I was asked the question. Yes,
Keep breaking it down today. Keep breaking it down.
Now the question is,
we don't get a chance to do this. Go Jay. 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 Yeah. He got the glasses. He got the glasses on. Get him, Jay.
I was at home late.
He moving so fast, he's a blur.
No,
He's a blur.
be fine to his will, and I told him,
Yes.
Hey. I consider my body a living sacrifice.
Oh, this is beautiful, man.
All I want to do is
Hey, you gotta play this every week, man. This is
yeah. All right.
That's good for the spirit.
Yeah, good for the spirit, y'all. All right, we're gonna count it on down. We gotta get on out of here. I want to thank y'all so much. BB, where we gonna be on the weekend, buddy?
As always, buddy, guess what? 96.1 FM, 900 AM, WRD Radio, Black Talk Media, right here.
All right. I believe we're off this week because of the holiday, but that's all right. We'll see you next week on Family Tree. All right, let's get it on down. 10, 9, 8, 7.
All right. Now.
6, 5.
All right. Now.
4.
Come in now.
3.
Okay. Now.
2.
Come on now, y'all.
And 1. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful 4th of July.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Stay out there, family, and stay cool.
Yes, sir.
Love, peace, and air grease.
Hey, air grease. Hey, love, peace, and no grease. Because no hats.
All right, love y'all.
Listen, y'all.
Take care.